Okay, I don't think I could explain it as well as some of the people who are more clinically online because they have social media and I don't. But 6'7", there's a rapper that made a song, and at some point in the song he says 6'7", and it was like some basketball had to come into it somewhere, and it like they started doing it, or for some reason it was just like an edit. They would just do it.
Yes.
And it just became really popular with the kids, I think. And now it's like, now if you make edits for 6'7", it's like, I don't know the lyrics, but 6'7", and then you make like edits of like basketball players or like something like that, and it's, I don't know, it's just.
So it doesn't really mean anything.
No, it doesn't. I don't know what he was putting across like in the song. I don't know, but like, yes, that's. It really doesn't mean anything. And it's just funny, I guess.
Is it awesome when adults use it?
I think it's funny. Just because I don't think they know what it means. Or
That's
like,
fair.
I think it's funny. I hate it when kids my age use it. I'm like, can we have a little more like, what do you call it? Like intelligent conversation? Not, 6'7" all the time. You won't hear me tell this to any of my friends, and I don't think they're going to watch your podcast, but I like not having social media because I think it's a lot to keep up with. Mm-hmm. It's not like looking at the likes or the comments or how many people have watched it. It's more of like I have to keep I have to keep posting, and I don't want to have to deal with that. We both know I'm a lazy person, and I would put a post on maybe once every like 2 months. It wouldn't be the first thing in my mind to be like, oh, let's make a TikTok. Oh, let me post this. Oh, let me like this picture of someone else. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't like them very much, but it's because I need to like that picture or just like that kind of stuff. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. But I tell everyone else like, oh, I wish I had social media. And I'm so glad I don't. So it just restarted because it's Monday. Like the weekly screen time restarts every Sunday for me. So I don't know if I can look at last week's, but so far my daily average is 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Nice.
It went down 55% from last week so far.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if I can look at last week's. Let me try. I don't think so. Today is only 17 minutes.
Okay.
Cut your hair. Cut your hair, please. What did Mom say? She was talking to a boy at youth group the other day, and he looked up at her through his bangs like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had hair that was like covering his eyes, and he looked up at her like this. And he was like, can you help me find the bathroom? And she goes, yeah, it's right over there. She's like, if you cut your bangs, I'm sure you could see the sign.
She said.
Yeah, well, she said it below her breath, like after he had left. And 2 other ladies that she works with were standing there, and they just started busting out laughing. They thought it was so funny. Cut your hair, guys, please. Right. Probably something, what I want to do, I don't have the education for. So today, with what I know, I would probably start a business in like those mini mall areas where there's other shops around it. Mm-hmm. And if it was like there's a Jimmy John's, there's an ice cream store, and then there's like some random eye doctor, I'd probably start a business, something like Dunkin' Donuts or like Screamin' Nuts. Remember that? They had donuts and ice cream. Yep. I'd probably do something like that just because it's like you can't go wrong with donuts and ice cream.
Right.
And it's like it's something that people would enjoy and they keep coming back for it, but it's like dessert and people like that. I don't think it'd be hard to stay in business, but something like that. Probably a car. Just because
okay. I should have
obvious
seen that.
answer.
Should have seen that coming.
But besides that obvious answer, off the top of my mind, I can't think of anything selfish. Mm-hmm. Maybe a new pair of shoes. But Avon really wants to redecorate her room again. I might put it towards that just because it's like I don't know what I would spend it on for myself right now.
That's fair. What kind of car?
I want a 4Runner just because they are very reliable cars.
Yes.
And it's also like, I think of it as like a beach car, like something you have if you live near the beach and you're like going every day and you had sand on the floorboards and like in the back of your car. That's what I think of as a beach car.
Yeah.
I really want Opa's car, but it has a radio. Is it like a CD player and no backup camera? So I think I need a newer model. Surprising thing, well, how sensitive the brake and gas is, because we're driving the go-kart and the Ranger at home. It's like, oh, I barely tapped the pedal and you're off.
Yep.
So I'll say I was expecting it because you warned me, but it was just surprising like how easy it is.
Still.
Yeah. Well, also how easy it is when you're thinking about holding the steering wheel and you're going down the road and you're thinking about, okay, there's a hill, I need to speed up a little, but then I need to slow down because now we're at the top of the hill. And now we're gaining speed, so I'm above the speed limit. So I don't want to hit the brakes, but I need to coast, but I need to start yielding because I have to go around there's like a lot of things to think about. And then at the same time, I realize, oh, I need to start braking and I'm accidentally still on the gas. And then I speed up a little and oh, there we are.
Yep.
It's just like a lot to think about. And I think it becomes second nature. It just like a bike or brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. It just becomes second nature. But it is a lot to think about in like short things of time, because it's like I need to yield here and I don't know if I should come to a complete stop because there's a car coming, but I don't know if they're going to go the second or the first exit on a roundabout. So should I stop? Should I slow down?
Yep.
It's like you just have to get used to it and the regularity of like what other people are thinking and like on the road and that kind of stuff. I love it. I love high school.
What's the number?
Oh, sorry. I love high school. I'd probably give it so far like an 8.5 to like an 8.5 to maybe a 9. That's probably like, okay, we get it. But I really like high school so far. I think what it really helps, advice to everyone out there who's going to start high school, it helps to do a fall sport because you meet lots of people before school starts. Yep. And then you at least have some friendly faces. You might have classes with some of them. You might have the same lunch period as some of them. And it helps so much to see someone in the hallway and have someone to wave to.
Yeah.
It's like you're recognized, you're not in this alone. And it's like, yeah, it just helps a lot to have connections before it even gets started, because otherwise you're swimming in the sea of people. None of the teachers care. Nobody else cares.
Yep.
And you can feel really alone if you...
Yeah.
I would say that it's better than I thought, probably because we live in Milton. It's a very safe environment.
Sure.
All things considered. There is still stuff like vaping and stuff like that. But if you surround yourself with the right people, like off the bat, then you're not really around that. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I've been offered a vape once, and I was like, no thanks, it's all you. And that's kind of the extent, or maybe a fight or two, but that's just, you're like standing there like, fight. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, going from like 20 kids in my class to 400, it's really not that bad. Because there's so many people that you don't know. Yeah. They're out of your mind, like out of sight, out of mind. It's okay. I have 400 people in my class, but like, yeah, it's at lunchtime. There's 400 people in the cafeteria, but there only might be 100 that are actually freshmen, and I only know 30 of them or whatever. Yeah. So it's like, I think I have different friend groups. I have a lot of different friend groups. From church, from sports, from people that I have classes with, from people that I have lunch with, that I like. Some overlap, some don't, some I rarely see, some I see all the time, some that I invite over to my house, some that only stay school relationship wise. That's a lot different, because at Valor it was, there's 12 of us girls, so we all have to be friends because this is the only option. Yep. And it's like, if you don't like them, that's kind of too bad. You have to like them because they're there all the time. Yeah. And you didn't change classes. You changed classes like you changed teachers and classrooms, but you had the same people in every class. because there wasn't enough to be like, okay, you're smart, you can go in the advanced math, but you're not so smart, you also have to go in the advanced math because we don't offer anything else.
You're right.
So it's you see the same people every day, and if you don't like them, too bad, because they're the only friends you've got. It's very different at Milton. It's like, I might not like you very much, but I might only have one class with you, so it's okay. Or like, I might not like you that much, but I eat lunch with you, but I don't have to invite you to my house. Or I don't see you at church. Or I don't play sports with you, but it's okay.
Yep.
So it's that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like I have a lot more say in my friendships and my friend groups, because I'm like, because at Valor, there was no choice. There was like, there's 6 of us, we all have to be friends.
Yep.
Right. But at Milton, it's like, I'm making more decisions, I feel like. At Valor, it was very, we're making the decisions for you, which that's not a bad, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's like, oh, in high school, no one cares if you screw your life up. So if you're doing all these things and you're failing your classes and you're smoking and you're having sex with your boyfriend or whatever, no one cares, because you're one out of 1,000 other people.
Yep.
So it's like, I'm making a lot of the decisions for myself, but it's also, I like it because I know I'm responsible enough that I'm not going to go do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that, yeah. So I like it. I like the freedom. I think it's helping me grow and expand. And it's also helping me realize how good I've got it, because there's lots of kids out there who like do all the bad stuff because they weren't taught any better.
Yep.
I'm like, I've got a pretty good life. You're the guinea pig of everything. Your parents, you guys, this is your first time being on Earth too. So you haven't, like, you've lived your life as a child already, but you haven't had to be responsible for somebody else's. And so as the oldest child, you're the first one to do everything, and your parents are also learning how to do everything for the first time. Yeah. So now mom knows when she takes Avon to get her permit that she needs the bank documents with her name on it, and when to give them a phone and that kind of stuff. But like, you're setting all the rules right now with me. And I'm scared because sometimes I have moments where like, I wish I had an older sister, an older brother that I could talk to this about. That didn't make sense. Talk about this to them. Yeah. But yeah, like, you're the first one to do everything. So it's like, okay, we're navigating this. And I'm just glad that Avon and Holland have like rules set in place for when it's their turn, that it's not as...
That's fair.
Yeah. I prefer having siblings. Avon, Holland, and me have pretty good relationships, all things considered. Yeah. I will say some people who have siblings don't. And that's another thing that's like, well, double-edged sword. If you have siblings, it can be good or bad. If you don't have siblings, it can be good or bad.
That's true.
So I think I got the best of both worlds in that scenario. Like you said, goals like feel negative. If it, like you said, it has to be an inspiration or motivation behind it. Like, I think of it as like, for the motivation, you want to have a want behind it instead of a have to do it behind it. Yep. So I actually think going to the gym and like doing some lifting and stuff, running too, but for soccer, it's like, well, I'm going to get conditioned anyway. But I think I want to start going to the gym more, just to start healthy habits early. Because at some point when I'm living alone, I want to have that motivation to do it myself also. Yep. So probably that. I'm not good enough to like go by myself yet. I still might need your help. But that, going to a wake as much as I can, because sports got in the way of it for like the first half of my freshman year, because we had games every Wednesday and I couldn't go. And that's a really good community that it's one of those things where like, secretly I used to judge people who couldn't come because of sports, and like, oh, can't you make time? You can't make time. Like, because I'm not saying sports are more important than Jesus, but like, you made a commitment for sports, and it's like, you're supposed to be there. You told them you'd be there and you're supposed to be there. Yeah. So just getting there as much as I can when I can is important, because that's a want for me, and I want to be there as much as I can, especially because like, I wouldn't say we have new girls show up every week, but when there is new girls, I want to like say, I've
Sure.
been here long enough, I have a lot of friends and I want to invite you into that. But when you haven't been there, it's kind of like, oh, I'm new too. Even though a couple people know me because they know me from school, or they know me that I've come in the past, as much as like that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'd say so. It just kind of depends on the situation. Like, for school stress, I think, like, I mean,
So the first couple of weeks were hard.
Oh, for sure. I didn't think I was prepared for that from 8th grade. The teachers were definitely there to help you. And now it's kind of like, oh, my teachers are setting me up to fail. It's, some teachers more than others.
Correct.
But I would just say, I think school-wise, yes. Balancing school and sports, it's hard. But I think some people build it up to be hard in their heads, and then it's harder than it actually is. I feel like people do that a lot, too, with social scenarios, like being the new kid, being the new kid on a sports team. Like, those kinds of social situations happen all the time, and people write movies and books about how hard it is to be the new kid, especially in high school. All the freshmen are new kids. We're all new at this.
Right.
Even the seniors, they're new at being seniors.
Yeah.
So they've been here for a while, but being the top dog at school is new to them also. So it's everything's new to everybody, especially as you're learning and you're growing up. So I think that kind of stuff people build up in their heads to be like really difficult. I think it also helps that I have a foundation with Jesus.
Sure.
I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know where I'm going when I'm gone.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, that definitely helps ground you, which a lot of people don't have. So that's a very good base. But I also think that people use words like anxiety a little too frugally, because they're like, oh, this is giving me anxiety. I think everyone has anxiety. That's what keeps us safe. We have a sense of caution that keeps us preserved. We're like, oh, this is dangerous, let's not do that. But it's like people use that word as anxiety, like overthinking. I think everyone overthinks a little bit, but I think you have anxiety if you overthink it to the point where you don't do it.
Debilitating. Yeah.
Right. So like, I think the difference is if me and a copy of myself had to go on stage as the lead vocalist in a musical, and both of us were overthinking or thinking the same thoughts, the one who had anxiety would be the one that said, I can't do this, and ran out the back doors. The one who didn't would be like, okay, I can do this. I got it. And went on stage, and maybe they didn't do great, but they did it.
Yeah.
So like, I think we throw around that term a little too much, and that's what it gives people an excuse to say, I have anxiety, I can't do this. And those social situations are like, that people overthink it, yes, but then they use it as an excuse to not have to come or have to actually do it. So I think in that scenario, it's like you're one step ahead if you just do it. If you just go for it, who cares what the outcome is? If you just show up, that's already 50% of the battle.
Yep.
So I think I'm prepared for stress in those ways where it's just like, Mom said one time that I'm kind of like you in the way that I'll think about something, but once I make a decision, I'm not changing my mind.
Yeah.
So like I could, on the first day of school, I could think about about being the new kid, everything that could go wrong. But if I just show up, like, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? So I think I'm prepared for stress in that way, and I just wish a lot of people understood that and also had that motivation or that level of stress that they have, and they just showed up and they put on a smile and were like, you know what? We can do this today. Yeah. One day at a time.
One foot in front of the other.
Yeah. I think having a roommate would be really, or roommates is really, that'd be fun to add to the college experience.
Yes.
I also like my privacy though, my alone time. So I'd have to have a space where I could close the door and be by myself at some point. But I think having roommates would be fun. Yes, I'll say yes, because sometimes I have like really elaborate long dreams that stick in my brain forever, or I'll have like short snippets of dreams that I don't remember, but I know that somehow. Like, I know that I have dreams, but they're not very long.
Okay.
So some of them, like one time I had a dream, it was probably, it felt like the most recent and longest dream that I've ever had. And I was like in this alien wasteland, and they had all these weird plants and like glow up things. And I was running from this weird creature thing, and I was hiding in all these like dead like thorn bushes and stuff. Yeah. And I was just like running away, and I just remember having this sense of fear like the whole time. That's the only thing I like. That's the most recent and like wackiest dream I ever had. I dream. They're just not learning dreams. Most people would say they like research and it's like, oh, I'm losing control over my life. I'm like, I don't know. I had a dream about bananas dancing. I have no idea. Mom did say she'll volunteer to plan my wedding.
Oh, great. Thanks. That got more expensive.
Yeah, you're welcome. I would want to have the actual ceremony in a church, probably.
Yeah.
I always talked about to Mom about having the ceremony on the dam in our backyard. I don't think we could fit enough chairs out there, though, like width-wise.
Be super long.
Yeah, just like one. Maybe that's where we take pictures. Maybe we have the ceremony at the church, and it's like a white chapel, and it's really pretty and whatever, and there's flowers and stuff. And then everyone drives a bunch of cars over back to our house, and we have the after party or reception by the barn, in the barn. So, yeah. And we'd park the cars, like, first when you come in, right there by the front, and then the rest of it's open space, and we'd have probably food, but, like, you'd have to stand and eat it, because I don't know where we put tables. I have no idea where you put tables. Or you could stand and eat it, or we could have a fire, and you could eat it, like, in the lawn chairs. I mean, we have a lot of space. We could figure it out. I don't know what kind of food we get. Maybe, like, Mexican. I don't know.
That'd be easy. Because
it fills you up.
Yeah.
It fills you up. I mean, rice is kind of messy, but like, I just feel like when people have weddings, sometimes they do like really fancy food, like crabs or like something like that. I'm like, it's a party. A wedding is a party. Correct. People want to eat Mexican food smelly, but people want to eat like good filling food, and it's like, oh, this tastes good. Or like people want to drink alcohol, so we buy tequila and we get margaritas, and like a wedding's a party.
Right.
So I would probably get something like Mexican food.
All right.
Chicken wings.
That's it?
Yeah. Okay. I'd die happy, right? I mean,
coming right up.
Yeah. Me and my friends talked about this. We were like, senior trip before we go to college. We want to go on a road trip, and we want to drive to Las Vegas. At some point, we talked about Mexico, I think. We had a lot of ideas. Some of them we were like, we want to go to Greece. And I was like, start saving now. If we all want to pay for it ourselves. But I don't actually know how expensive a trip to Greece would be. Because I feel like in Mexico, the US dollar is stronger than the peso. So I don't know if it's in that sense, or like if you live in Greece and you live by Greece's expenses, it's actually cheaper than like living here in America. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know if it would be like less or more expensive-ish to go to Greece or something like that. Yeah. But we're all gonna go on a road trip, and we made a playlist with all our like songs and stuff. No. We did this just like for when we hang out. It's like our function music when we're like hanging out. That's what we call. Not for the road trip specifically, but if we're like, we're gonna go on this road trip and we're gonna have this like 106-hour long playlist, and we're gonna go on a road trip for 2 weeks, and we're gonna go to Vegas. We're gonna be responsible, but we're gonna have fun.
Yes, of course.
I'm actually not even kidding. I think the playlist is 100-something hours long. Hold on.
You're ready.
I am ready. We're prepared for this. Yeah, it is 108 hours long. So.
You're ready to roll.
We could just play on repeat. Or repeat. We could just play the whole thing through.
That's true. You wouldn't even have to shuffle.
Yeah. Minimum of 4. I want a lot of kids.
I like that.
I want at least 4 so that I feel like I'm not complaining that you guys didn't have more kids. But 3 is an odd number. So that someone's going to be left out. But 4 is good because then I feel like maybe the oldest and the youngest don't get along as well because they're farther apart in age. But the oldest and the first middle, the 2 middles, the second middle, and the youngest, like everyone kind of has a partner in some sense.
Yeah.
I feel like 4 is a good even round number.
Yep.
8 is my maximum. But, you know, I will probably get there and I'll be like, I'm done at 2. I don't want any more. I don't know. In my head, I want minimum 4, maximum 8. Probably I want to, unlike Nan and Papa, I want to stay the entire time to say good job. We came to see your whole game and we thought you did great. And now we're going to leave before... to do that. I want to stay active. I know Papa has a job, which that's great, but he's going to the same place every day. Nana volunteers at church, but she's at home all day.
Yeah.
So hopefully finding something else, Rotary would be good. There's lots of grandparents out there who are like crazy and they go skiing and kayaking and like all that kind of stuff. We'll see what kind of health I'm in at that point. But like something like that where it's maybe not every day, but multiple days a week I have something to go to or like get out of the house to stay active, but also like stay sharp by hanging out with other people. So yeah, I want to have like restful retirement, but also not too restful. When? For sure. Well, I'm going to say how. Because history or movies have proven that when you know when you die, it doesn't end up well. Because then you try and save yourself and it's this whole thing. Yeah. Also say, again, we know Jesus, so we know where we're going. So again, it's not that like immortality problem that most people might have. I'd say how. Just to keep my peace of mind. So I don't know when. How? I'm hoping it's on a hospital bed when I'm 93 or something like that. But I don't know. I kind of hope I go out in a big way. I kind of hope I go out in a big way. I'm on the news. 80-year-old woman hit by a bus.
That'd be big.
I know.
Splat.
I kind of hope I do go out in a way like that. You can just see me on this TV and laugh and go, there's Grandma.
Yep. She fell asleep halfway across the street.